Samsy. Story time with Ronnie. Around the world in 80 days, part 5. All right, what are we doing? Well, we're gonna just do this little thing here, and then we're gonna jump on the 60. And oh, there we go. And we're gonna go rim to rim through the Salt River Canyon. We's heading west towards the big valley of hell. I mean the sun. And oh boy, you know, we got a lot of these Salt River Canyon videos, and sometimes they get exciting, but this one is just your standard middle of the day. I'm so damn hot going through the canyon kind of thing. So let's pick it up. Now this story, this around the world, old Phileas Fogg was about to get himself a surprise because they had pulled into, oh boy, what was the place now? Well, wherever the heck it was. The guy from Scotland Yard was there, and he was waiting to arrest the guy, and when the ship came in, old Phileas Fogg sent Passepartout in there to get his passport stamped. So Passepartout went running right up to the detective and said, "Hey, do you know where I can get my passport stamped? Here, take a look at this." And so here's Fix, instinctively took the passport and with a rapid glance read the description of its bearer. An involuntary motion of surprise nearly escaped him, for the description in the passport was identical with that of the bank robber which he had received from Scotland Yard. "Is this your passport?" he asked. "No, it's my master's." "And your master is?" "He stayed on board." "But he must go to the consuls in person, so as to establish his identity." "Oh, is that necessary?" "Quite indispensable." "And where is the consulate?" "There, on the corner of the square," said Fix, pointing to a house 200 steps off. "I'll go and fetch my master, who won't be much pleased, however, to be disturbed." The passenger bowed to Fix and returned to the steamer. Oh boy! So that he thinks he's got him now. He's going to set a trap. Let me just peruse back here and see where I can find out where they was coming into. I know they was on the Mongolia. Oh, Suez. Does she go Suez directly to Bombay? How long will she stop in Suez? You know what? We're Yep, that's where we're at, all right. All right, we're going to get on to Chapter 7. Yeah, Passepartout returned to the steamer. Chapter 7. Well, I guess since how we've lost so much of the thread of the story, we may as well take a look at this drive. And, oh boy, yeah, we slowing down in there. Did we roll up to the P stop yet? Oh yeah, we passed the P stop. This is the rumble strips get started here right away, and then oh boy, if you get a group behind you there now, because there's nothing to stop on the right hand side. And if you're driving a big rig or nothing, don't even make that dive over to that left side. You'll never get back on the road. All right. Yeah, we're just going down there. Look how damn deep that is down there. Yeah, another smart guy in an RV up there. He's taking it easy. Yeah. Well, you can see, I'll try to point them out on one of these videos where some vehicles have gone over the side, and it's so hard to recover them, they don't bother. All right, Chapter 7, Chapter 7, which once more demonstrates the uselessness of passports as aids to detectives. The detective passed down the quay and rapidly made his way to the counsel's office, where he was at once admitted to the presence of that official. "Counsel," he said, without preamble, "I have strong reasons for believing that my man is a passenger on the Mongolia." And he narrated what had just passed concerning the passport. "Well, Mr. Well, Mr. Fix," replied the counsel, "I shall not be sorry to see the rascal's face, but perhaps he won't come here. That is, if he is the person you suppose him to be. A robber doesn't quite like to leave traces of his flight behind him, and besides, he is not obliged to have his passport countersigned. If he is as shrewd as he thinks he is, counsel, he'll come." See, this Fix guy, he thinks he's just the world's greatest detective, And Passepartout came walking right up to him and said, "Here, can you get my stuff stamped?" It's like, and Fix was all like, "It's a very tough job to find these guys, but I'm an expert at it." And the guy just walked right up to him, and here we are again. Okay, to have his passport visaed? Yes, passports are only good for annoying honest folks and aiding in the flight of rogues. Wait a second. Yes, passports are only good for annoying honest folks and aiding in the flight of rogues. I assure you, it will be quite the thing for him to do, but I hope you will not visa the passport. Why not? If the passport is a genuine, I have no right to refuse. Still, I must keep this man here until I can get a warrant to arrest him from London. That's your lookout, but I cannot." The counsel did not finish his sentence, for as he spoke, a knock was heard on the door, and two strangers entered, one of whom was the servant whom Fix had met on the quay. The other, who was his master, held out his passport with the request that the counsel would do him the favor to visa it. The counsel took the document and carefully read it, whilst Fix observed, or rather devoured, the stranger with eyes from a corner of the room. "You are Mr. Phileas Fogg?" said the counsel, after reading the passport. "I am." "And this man is your servant?" "He is a Frenchman named Passepartout." "You are from London?" "Yes." "You are going to Bombay?" "Very good, sir. You know that a visa is useless and that no passport is required?" "I know it, sir," replied Phileas Fogg, "but I wish to prove by your visa that I came by Suez." "Very well, sir." The counsel proceeded to sign and date the passport, after which he added his official seal. Mr. Fogg paid the customary fee, coldly bowed, and went out, followed by his servant. "Well," queried the detective. "Well, he looks and acts like a perfectly honest man," replied the counsel. "Possibly, but that is not the question. Do you think, counsel, that this phlegmatic gentleman resembles, feature by feature, the robber whose description I have received?" "I concede that, but then you know all descriptions." "I'll make certain of it," interrupted Mr. Fix, "that the servant seems to me less mysterious than the master. Besides, he's a Frenchman, and can't help talking. Excuse me for a little while, counsel." Fix started off in search of Passepartout. All right, let's take another look at this drive, because this guy's gonna get a surprise. I don't think Passepartout's that much of a fool. All right. Oh yeah, we still rolling down on this side, and oh boy, I guess I should do a short. I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, it's starting to Yep. Anyway, there's I know what I did. On one of the stories, I cut in some old footage I had where it was really storming really bad, and the rocks were rolling off the side of the hill up there, and they had half of the road closed down, and we're parking there, and the damn boulders are starting to roll off the side, and I'm like, come on, I don't want to be sitting here like this. So they finally let us move and stuff, and then all the way through this section here, I had to dive around rocks and stuff, and it was pretty exciting. All right, let's get back to it. Oh, you can see the bottom right down there, the little rest area, visitor area there, and I think nowadays you can probably rent some tubing adventures or something like that, you know what I mean? All right, so here we go. Fix started off after In Search of Passepartout. Meanwhile, Mr. Fogg, after leaving the consulate, repaired to the quay, gave some orders to Passepartout, and went off to the Mongolia, why do I keep calling that? Mongolia in a boat, and descended to his cabin. He took up his notebook, which contained the following memoranda. Left London, Wednesday, October 2nd. Oh, I don't want to do all that. Yeah, no. There's a section in here where where he's just going to go on, and yeah, I can't do that. These dates were inscribed in an itinerary divided into columns, indicating the month, the day of the month, and the day for the stipulated and actual arrivals at each principal point: Paris, Brindisi, Suez, Bombay, Calcutta, Singapore, Hong Kong, Yokohama, San Francisco, New York, and London, from the 2nd of October to the 21st of December, and giving a space for setting down the gain made or the loss suffered on arrival at each locality. Ooh. This methodical record thus contained an account of everything needed, and Mr. Fogg always knew whether he was behindhand or in advance of his time. On this Friday, October 9th, he noted his arrival at Suez. Hey, we finally figured it out. It's Suez, and we's right at the bottom of the hill. Yep. Yeah, and then another video I did. I had a Garmin Verb mounted on the back on a scooter back there on a moto tote thing back there on the back of and the diesel pusher. Boy, it gets hot back there. That scooter got like 180 degrees, and that was and that camera was sitting on a mount outside, you know, on the handlebar. So I don't know, it's probably pretty legitly hot back there for sure. All right, October 9th, he noted that his arrival in Suez and observed that he had as yet neither gained nor lost. Oh, he sat down quietly to breakfast in his cabin, never once thinking of inspecting the town, being one of those Englishmen who are wont to see foreign countries through the eyes of their domestics. Oh, so he sends out Passepartout and says, hey, go check things out. We're going to finish up this chapter. That's chapter 7 right there. We're going to roll right into chapter 8. I'm gonna get me a little drink of water here. Oh boy, look at that. And it's been raining, you know, so it's kind of nice and green. And yeah, sometimes it's really a beautiful drive. And sometimes it's, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, I got another video. Oh, no, I won't even talk about it because I can't find the damn thing. So, no, it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Don't worry about it. We'll move on from there. Okay, it's right up on this here corner up here where there's a semi-truck on its side that was trying to crawl its way over that barrier there. I don't know. I thought maybe we might be able to still see some of the scars on it. Oh, there where they replaced that section there. is where he was laying, and there's a couple of scars and stuff still there. Yeah, he was right there. He was trying to crawl over there. Oh yeah, it's still beat up pretty good. And if I could find that footage, you would have saw it today. But there you go. All right, now we're gonna go up the other side. So I guess that means we're probably about half done. So that's pretty good. We might get another chapter in here if we work at it. All right, chapter. Oh, hang on a second. Now I said I was gonna get me a drink. Now you guys just hold it. Okay, we're back with chapter 8. In which Passepartout talks rather more, perhaps, than is prudent. Fix soon rejoined Passepartout, who was lounging and looking about on the quay, as if he did not feel that he, at least, was obliged not to see anything. "Well, my friend," said the detective, coming up with him, "is your passport visit?" "Ah, it's you." "It is, monsieur," responded Passepartout. "Yes, thanks. The passport is all right." "And you are looking about you?" "Yes, but we travel so fast that I seem to be journeying. No boy. I can't say it. Damn you, Tom Sawyer, you get out of that attic and quit your swearing. Okay, guys, let's try that one again. Journeying in a dream. So, this is Suez. Yes, in Egypt. Certainly in Egypt. And in Africa. In Africa. In Africa. Passepartout repeated. Just think, monsieur, I had no idea that we should go further than Paris. And all that I saw in Paris was between 20 minutes past 7 and 20 minutes before 9 in the morning, between the Northern and the Lyons station, through the windows of a car and in a driving rain. How I regret not having seen once more Pierre Lachaise and the circus in the Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées. That one. Chompy. You are in a great hurry, then? I am not, but my master is. By the way, I must buy some shoes and shirts. We came away without trunks, only with a carpet bag. I will show you an excellent shop for getting what you want. Really, monsieur? You are very kind. And they walked off together, Passepartout chatting volubly as they went along. Above all, said he, don't let me lose the steamer. You have plenty of time. It's only 12 o'clock. Passepartout pulled out his big watch. 12, he exclaimed. Why, it's only 8 minutes before 10. Your watch is slow. My watch? A family watch, monsieur, which has come down from my great-grandfather. It doesn't vary 5 minutes in the year. It's a perfect chronometer, you. I see how it is, said Fix. You have kept London time, which is 2 hours behind that of Suez. You ought to regulate your watch at noon in each country. I regulate my watch? Never. Well, well, it will not agree with the sun. So much the worse for the sun, monsieur. The sun will be round then. And the worthy fellow returned the watch to its fob with a defiant gesture. After a few minutes' silence, Fix resumed. You left London hastily, then? I rather think so. Last Friday, 8 o'clock in the evening, monsieur. Fogg came home from his club, and 3/4 of an hour afterward we were off. But where is your master going? Always straight ahead. And he is going around the world. Around the world? Cried Fix. Yes, in 80 days. He says it is on a wager. But between us, I don't believe a word of it. That wouldn't be common sense. There's something else in the wind. All right, let's take a look. Passepartout, boy, he's going to get everybody in trouble. Ah, Mr. Fogg is a character, is he? I should say he was. Is he rich? No doubt, for he is carrying an enormous sum in brand new banknotes with him. Oh, boy, that Passepartout. I tell you what. And he doesn't spare the money on the way, either. He has offered a large reward to the engineer of the Mongolia if he gets us to Bombay well in advance of time. And you have known your master a long time? Why, no. I entered his service the very day we left London. The effects of these replies upon the already suspicious and excited detective may be imagined. The hasty departure from London soon after the robbery, the large sum carried by Mr. Fogg, his eagerness to reach distant countries, the pretext of a eccentric and foolhardy bet, all confirmed Fix in his theory. He continued to pump poor Passepartout, and learned that he really knew little or nothing of his master, who lived a solitary existence in London. He was said to be rich, though no one knew whence came his riches, and was mysterious and impenetrable in his affairs and habits. Fix felt sure that Phileas Fogg would not land at Suez, but was really going on to Bombay. "Is Bombay far from here?" asked Passepartout. "Pretty far. It is a 10 days' voyage by sea." "And in what country is Bombay?" "India." "In Asia?" "Certainly." "The deuce! I was going to tell you there's one thing that worries me. My burner." "Oh, what burner?" "My gas burner, which I forgot to turn off, and which is at this moment burning at my expense. I have calculated, monsieur, that I lose 2 shillings every 24 hours. Exactly 6 pence more than I earn, and you will understand that the longer our journey." Did Fix pay any attention to Passepartout's trouble about the gas? It is not probable. He was not listening, but was cogitating a project. Passepartout, and he had now reached the shop, where Fix left his companion to make his purchases, after recommending him not to miss the steamer, and hurried back to the consulate. Now that he was fully convinced, Fix had quite recovered his equanimity. "Consul," he said, "I have no longer any doubt. I have spotted my man. He passes himself as a odd stick who is going around the world in 80 days. "Then he's a sharp fellow," returned the consul, "and counts on returning to London after putting the police of the 2 countries off his track?" "Well, we'll see about that," replied Fix. "But are you not mistaken?" "I am not mistaken." Why was this robber so anxious to prove by the visa that he had passed through Suez? Why, I have no idea. But listen to me. He reported in a few words the most important parts of his conversation with Passepartout. "In short," said the consul, "appearances are wholly against this man, and what are you going to do?" "Send a dispatch to London for a warrant of arrest to be dispatched instantly to Bombay. Take passage on board the Mongolia, follow my rogue to India, and there, on English ground, arrest him politely with my warrant in my hand, and my hand on his shoulder. Having uttered these words with a cool, careless air, the detective took leave of the consul and repaired to the telegraph office, whence he sent the dispatch, which we have seen to the London police office. A quarter of an hour later, Fix, with a small bag in his hand, proceeded on board the Mongolia, and ere many moments longer, the noble steamer rode out at full steam upon the waters of the Red Sea. We got through another chapter. All right, that was chapter 8, Down and Out. Chapter 9, Look On Out, in which the Red Sea and the Indian Ocean prove propitious to the designs of Phileas Fogg. All right, let's take a look at this little drive. I see we rolled up the other side now, and we pretty much made the last big pull on out. And it must be just so beautiful because it's been raining, and yeah, everything turns green just so fast. All right, let's take a quick look here and just see where we're at. I believe we're nearly at the end. I know we's at the end of the canyon, but I don't know about this video thingy. So let's, oh yeah, we got a few minutes left. We get a few more minutes in it for sure. All right, here we go. Chapter 9. What did we say it was called? Oh, right, that word again. Propitious. The distance between Suez and Aden is precisely 1,310 miles, and the regulations of the company allow the steamers once 138 hours in which, oh boy, hang on a second, let me read that one again. The regulations of the company allow the steamers 138 hours in which to traverse it. The Mongolia, thanks to the vigorous exertions of the engineer, seemed likely, so rapid was her speed, to reach her destination considerably within that time. The greater part of the passengers from Brindisi were bound for India, some for Bombay, others for Calcutta, but by way of Bombay. The nearest route thither, now that a railway crosses the Indian peninsula, among the passengers was a number of officials and military officers of various grades. The latter being either attached to the regular British forces or commanding the sepoy troops and receiving high salaries ever since the central government had assumed the powers of the East India Company, for the sub-lieutenants get £280, brigadiers £2,400, and generals of divisions £4,000. What with the military men, a number of rich young Englishmen on their travels, and the hospitable efforts of the pursuer, the time passed quickly on the Mongolia. The best of fare was spread upon the cabin tables at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the 8 o'clock supper, and the ladies scrupulously changed their toilets twice a day, and the hours were whirled away when the sea was tranquil, with music, dancing, and games. But the Red Sea is full of caprice, and often boisterous, like most long and narrow gulfs. When the wind came from the African or Asian coast, the Mongolia, with her long hull, rolled fearfully. Then the ladies speedily disappeared below. The pianos were silent, Oh no, let me get that right. The Pianis were silent. Singing and dancing suddenly ceased. Yet the good ship plowed straight on, unretarded by wind or wave, toward the straits of Bab el Mandeb. What was Phileas Fogg doing all this time? It might be thought that in his anxiety he would be constantly watching the changes of the wind, the disorderly raging of the billows, every chance, in short, which might force the Mongolia to slacken her speed, and thus interrupt his journey. But if he thought of these possibilities, he did not betray the fact by any outward sign. All right, let's take a look. We gotta be super close now. I gotta figure out how to get some auto scrolling or something there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just a couple of moments. Let me see where we are on the drive. If we's off the res yet. Oh yeah, here's I think this is gonna be Timber Camp, campground, and that reminds me, I found some footage of Timber Camp, so I'll do that one next. But I don't know what the story will be. It'll be this one, Around the World in 80 Days, or I think we're still working on Journey to the Center of the Earth. Oh, and the Island of Dr. Moreau. That's right. All right, so we find a good spot to close this thing up, because that's how close we are. So Mongolia decided he did not betray the fact by any outward sign. Okay, always the same impossible member of the Reform Club, whom no incident could surprise, as unvarying as the ship's chronometers, and seldom having the curiosity even to go upon the deck, he passed through the memorable scenes of the Red Sea with cold indifference, did not care to recognize the historic towns and villages. Ooh, all right, that's just it right there. Thanks so much for coming along, and we'll catch you next time. Anyway, all right, so let's wrap it up. We'll give you a little bit of a big old Rosie, but here, let's do this other thing here first. Samsy. All right, Rosie, that's me. Now you go. Oh, that big old Rosie. Got a whole lot of Rosie.